folks? It's Suburban Kings back at it again with the pre-roll reads. Before we start, I'd like to give a shout out to the ad of the pre-roll. Thanks for giving us an ad. First time. Code Story podcast. Have you ever wondered how the product comes to life? Have you ever thought what the journey must be like? Building a platinum solution for the masses. What is the human experience like on that journey? Journey, folks. Code Story is a podcast interviewing the tech visionaries about their journeys building products from nothing to something amazing. Okay. They dig into the critical details about what it takes to change an industry. They touch on maturing the MVP product, building a team, scaling the tech to meet the needs of the masses. Our tech leaders are not only brilliant builders, but they're humans, and they have a human story to tell as well as a story of their technical creations. We want to make sure that both stories shine through. They've had some pretty awesome guests, such as the co-founders of Credit Karma and the co-founder of Reddit. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You can find the show at codestory.co. That is codestory.co or any major podcast programming directory, Apple Music, Spotify. You know it. We got it. Just like we record on. Let's get back to the show.
Man, awesome. That was a lovely ad read.
I think that was a lot better.
No, that was pretty smooth.
It was really good.
It was pretty smooth. Shout out to
wait till you were done. Then I just pop back up.
Shout out to Code Story for that free bread. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
What is going on? What is going on, my G's and my G's? How y'all living? I'm shooters gotta shoot.
Yes.
Not when you shack at the 3-point line, man.
Oh,
You gotta
man.
relax.
Oh,
Damn.
You were shooting at the gym?
You wallet.
G and G's.
Like G's?
Ladies and
You're good,
gents,
though.
is that what you want? I like
But, like,
Better.
y'all should know.
You know, like,
Yeah.
what's up, my G is like guy, but GX is not. What is
Just,
GX?
I didn't love it.
I like alliteration if you guys haven't noticed.
You would say my G still because you could be like, what's up, my girl? What's up, my guy? It still works. You don't say GX.
Who in the world do you know that calls?
You know, saying what's up,
G
my
is not-
G is a neutral word.
G is not neutral. Stop this. G
I mean-
started in the black community.
Oh?
Oh,
First of all,
no.
let's not do
Okay,
this.
well, what do
No,
we
No,
do?
don't
do
What
that.
do we
Let's
do?
Look
stop.
what you
Right
did.
in the
Let's
race?
stop.
Look what happened.
Let's stop. All right.
I
Alright.
have never.
I wish we had a soundboard because that is one.
Oh,
That is
That is
God.
one.
Not
Anyway,
even 5 minutes in, this man jumped to a race. I
man.
don't think so, folks.
I was about to hit him with a gender joke, and then he just
Don't make
jumped
me
to
put my
race.
It's
Like,
prevalent.
damn.
The rest of the
It's
show.
prevalent during this time. If y'all did not know, all I wanted to know is how is y'all self-quarantining, shelter in place? How has it been going? How have y'all been adjusting?
Well, who goes first? Rachel, you're top
Ooh.
left for me, so you go ahead.
I mean,
First
it's
of all, it's
not-
Rbeezy. Let's be real.
Right,
Yeah.
Rbeezy. Come
New
on,
name.
man. Hey,
It's
Rbeezy.
official.
It is official.
I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely taking a lot of
I was about to say.
adjustment.
Oh, I don't know.
It's fine.
fine.
It's
Yeah, just
fine.
say it's fine and done. No, I mean, it's not ideal. Like, there's definitely times when I sit there at like 3 o'clock and I'm like, I'm just done. Like, I could just take a nap and no one would know.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do that because you got to make the money.
Gotta make that moolah.
So it's just, I don't know. I'm just struggling to try and find the balance between like actually making sure that I'm productive to work and make money and kind of riding that fine line. That's what I'm just struggling with. But other than that, I mean, it's fine. Like we're not struggling like trying to find like toilet paper or any shit like that. Like we're good. We got our stuff. Now it's just sitting inside
That's a
for
great
2 more
show.
weeks.
True.
Everyone's out here rushing for toilet paper, even though
Which makes
even if
no
you don't have any
sense.
food, you can't take a shit. Like, what are we talking about? That's the crazy
It
part.
makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
All right. Why don't we just go clockwise?
But it's
At
clockwise is
least on
different
my
though,
screen.
Charles.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Everyone has different speeds. I'll go.
I'll just give it to white man. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. Quarantine. I don't know what day it is now, but it's going. I've played a lot of Call of Duty. I've done a lot of this, a lot of that. I mean, I'm losing it. Everything's shut down. I don't know, man. It's going though. We bought let me show you this though. When we are able out of quarantine, we bought a craps table and a roulette table for I'm gonna have a casino royale night.
Casino Royale nights. That sounds kind of.
No,
That sounds
but like
kind of lit.
I bought a roulette and I'm gonna make an event and we're gonna dress up.
I don't need nothing. I don't need nothing.
You're gonna dress. How are you gonna go?
Just put me at the blackjack table, G.
No, I know, but I'm saying,
just to show up,
like, hear me out. It's just a cool idea. We all we dress up like you're going out, like, and then I have all the tables set up in the house, like we can do like at the end. You do like whoever has the most chips at the end, like gets a grand prize, and you have drinks, and it's just
That
like
could be a lot of fun.
a cool different type of party. That's all we bought it for.
That's nice.
Whenever the quarantine's done, though, of course. But
Yeah.
I'll just be practicing fake gambling on my own.
Yeah. Okay.
Fool,
Sorry.
we all know you do
That was a
on
little
your
side
free
note,
time
but that
anyways.
is what we bought. That was an idea I came up with while we were. You know what I'm thinking about doing in this quarantine time is me doing fake gambling and seeing how much money I win or lose every day.
Yo, okay. I was like, don't stitch on yourself to the government, man.
No. Fake chips. Like I'll have chips.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about going live and telling people, do you think I'll lose us $100 in chips or win?
Austin, you've been getting creative. Maybe
So
you
I go
needed.
live and
Maybe
I
you
have
needed
people
the quarantine.
Maybe sports getting shut down is what you needed, man.
Exactly my point.
just to
Well,
come up
imagine
with
it.
like this.
What am I mean, I'm in my basement, so it's not like I really have money to gain or
Right.
lose here.
Right.
But that's me quarantine life, just thinking of random things to do, I guess.
That's all you can do, bro.
Me and Nick did that for like 30 minutes, just like craps, like just dice.
It's like
roll.
if we were like an
I was about to
elementary
say,
school and we
you
were
was
just
playing dice. You wasn't playing no craps. You was playing dice.
No, we were playing dice, but we were doing doing the chips. We were doing everything, win, lose. In 20 minutes, I faked won $250.
That's not the
And you were just
one.
like, yo, I'm gonna need
That's
my
how-
money though.
That's how
Like,
people
for
do
real.
it. That's how people do it in the hood. Austin, go ahead, stop putting them dollars
Yeah, I
down.
know.
Stop putting them
Me and
dollars.
Nick were like, man, if only the casino was open, of course we would have won $250.
Oh no.
But yeah, quarantine life. I'm going crazy.
Okay.
Sounds
So
about
Charles?
Daisy, okay, I guess I'll go. Quarantine life. I guess it's been all right, you know. I just been going to work back and forth. That's really all I've been doing. I've been wearing my half-face respirator in the Target just to be super cautious because I'm not playing that bullshit. Like, I don't even really care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people seen the Snapchat story. If you know, you know. But, like, I'm not playing that bullshit, man. Like, I don't want to be one of those people who underestimates this and then ends up, like, infecting, like, my whole family who is all, like, already compromised immune system. So that's kind of how I feel about it. But besides that, you know, I felt like I'm built for this, man. Like, I just been already socially isolated myself, just playing Xbox all the time. All you gamers out there, y'all feel me, man.
Shout out.
This is our time to shine.
Yeah,
Let's
it is.
go.
Shout outs.
That's how I feel. Everyone's like, I
Catch
want
me
to
on
go
that new
outside.
COD update, bro.
On walks. I'm going crazy. I'll be in the crib for a week
On
straight
walks.
playing a good-ass game. Like, get out of here.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about it.
I don't know how I feel about. Well, I can't even play video games because my power source is dead. So I had to order one.
A
It's
new
not gonna-
block.
Yep.
Yeah, power
It
source.
died?
Yep.
What?
I've
Wait,
never seen
hold
an
on.
Xbox block die.
I've never. What did you do? Fry it? Like, what happened?
Yeah, how the hell did that even happen?
It just won't turn white. Just is straight yellow.
Like
I have,
when you turn your Xbox on, it won't.
Yeah.
Like just when you click it on, it just nothing happens.
Exactly.
I have a conspiracy theory. You tried to use that brick to power up your laptop to get some
No.
crazy scams in, and it just ended up failing. And that's why your Xbox.
I didn't even know that was possible, Charles. But
I'm just playing. I'm just fucking with you. Only 'cause-
Eventually, I need my Batman games back. I've been having a thirst to play them again, redo them all.
Yeah, you could get them anytime. Low-key, I was thinking about running through them.
Anytime. This guy's
Bro,
crazy.
honestly, I have a bunch of games that I never play that I ask my friends for, and all I do is play 2K. Like, I don't even know.
But you did play those, like when you got them.
I played it for one day. I literally made it past one chapter or one level in Batman, and I was like, all right. And now I realize why I played this game once, because there's just too many hours that you put in. I'm not that, like, I like putting hours in on 2K because it's fun. I get to cross you up. I get to shoot the 3 in your face. I get to dunk on you. It's just real light work. You know what I'm saying? Like, trash talking makes sense to me in those video games. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. You know, my quarantine life has been very interesting. I find that because I'm bored, I work a lot more because I literally have nothing to do. Like, I don't really watch TV. My schedule is all messed up because I usually read the first hour of the day, which would be me
Like
being on
on
the
the train.
man straight just getting through books, or I'll read like my journals and I'll annotate my journals just because I'm like trying to be more conscious in my thought and my development as a person. But yeah, this not being able to move around has not been good for me. Like, I don't really care about the social aspect because I understand that, like, we all have our ebb and flows of being social with other people, but I literally cannot go to the gym
I'm mad as hell about that,
Dude,
dog.
to get a haircut.
That's the
I can't.
problem. We got back from this cruise and I barely got to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been in.
we did all that bad stuff for the cruise and I haven't got to go to the gym.
Man, the in-home workouts though have actually been like, I've been like highly considering like canceling the gym membership just because they've been so effective. Bro, every day.
I mean,
For toning your body, yeah, probably.
I'm trying to do it, but like
I don't. That's all I do, Charles. I don't.
Yeah, but like you have
would
like
you
a
want to
yard.
grow
Austin
a
doesn't.
chest? Like,
yeah.
I don't work out. You're right. I work out in the garage. You're right.
I just been hitting this perfect push-up. Like, I'm mad as hell, dog.
You know
like,
what Brett's been
fuck.
using? He's been
The
using like
fuck?
an ottoman as a bench press with the dumbbell.
God damn it! I'm about to buy some rice bags and
He's
get
been
like a
literally
fucking.
Hey, I worked out with the rice bags yesterday, Charles.
You
Let them know. Let them know I was in that junkie to
He used that
curls.
shit as dumbbells. Crazy.
Bro, we were using the 25-pound, bro. Me and my sister, and then I saw that my parents had a 50. I was like, yo, I gotta hit that tomorrow, bro.
Yo, I'm about to low-key start hitting this Thai ball out here, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Let me list. I just wanted to give some quick updates though when it comes to the virus. Y'all, I hate to say it, and I hate to let y'all know, America has surpassed everybody else in the number of cases and infections. So all y'all people that think it's cool to be in these social groups and gatherings, y'all really just making this stay in place elongated, because I don't know why I should be seeing you on Twitter or IG or Snapchat and you with a gang full of people. I'm not judging y'all. I'm just letting y'all know, just because you think you don't have it, because our like the young folk, and I want to be specific when I say this.
It's getting worse though. Actually, here with the young folks with cases.
It's not the elderly that are the biggest group of people infected. It is the people in our age group, and I mean people who are in their their teens to their 20 somethings. We are the biggest demographic when it comes to people who have the coronavirus. I don't know what any of y'all is doing, but I need y'all to start listening, because I do not want to be in the crib for 3 months, because that's what it looks like. We're at the rate of where we're going.
Summer about to hit real quick, and I don't need to be
That's all.
Bro,
I'm trying to do.
I got to take it to Vegas in May. I got to get to Vegas in May. Like,
No,
I can't refund that bitch. I'm going on that flight, dog. Regardless, it's already set in stone.
We're supposed to go to Nashville in May, but I don't know if this is gonna happen.
And we got the wedding the month after. That's why I'm saying. I'm not even judging y'all, man, but I really need y'all.
Daisy, no, man, just be real with them. Fuck that. Judge y'all. Y'all
I'm
stupid
being
as hell. Let's be real.
Don't get me started.
Fucking
white people. What did I tell you?
Not just white people, man. Everybody going outside.
But anyway,
guys, don't get me started.
God damn
On Wednesday, when it was 60 in the city, I look outside. People got their families. People got.
But you can do that. You could do that. You could walk around.
not when everyone they told people not to go to the parks and stuff, and
Of-
Or like
That's
a
it.
beach
everybody
in the trail by the
it's
beach.
bunch
Yeah,
at
exactly.
the park, like kids, parents, dogs. I know the dogs don't get it, but I'm just saying, like, but then like the lakefront. That's why Lori Lightfoot yesterday just shut it down.
Mhm.
Got to.
I'm
just
telling you, because Wednesday
$500
she was
a fine.
outraged.
Of course,
Wednesday
because
in
it's
this
a
city was jam-packed. Like there was a Cubs game on a nice 80-degree day. That's what it looked like here.
but that's what I'm trying to say. At this point,
So
we're being naive to think that like just because we get it, it's just a flu. At this point, I don't care. Look at how it's affecting everybody. We literally got to stay in the crib. The crib. I'm tired of this. Like I love my people. I love the environment. I love all the things that this home provides me. But I need to get out. I'm a body. I'm
Lori, did you
able-bodied.
see that Lori said they're like
It might.
thinking about extending it again.
That's why I said I don't want to
bro,
be in 3
we're
months.
gonna be here for 6 months. Y'all talk about 3 months. This is not gonna end.
Well,
First
China.
of all, the only reason why China stopped it is because it's a dictatorship, and they said, "Motherfuckers, y'all stay home, or we shooting y'all, motherfuckers,
Yeah.
if you come out the crib."
Well, in Italy,
Come on, that's
it's
not
not a
happening here,
dictatorship,
son.
but like literally
Might-
the same thing.
might
Though.
They
have
have
to-
way
military
less of a
out there, like,
population.
Everyone's
have-
gonna die if you go outside.
It's gonna take martial law for motherfuckers to not go
Oh,
outside.
Alright.
the crib.
Martial law again.
Yeah,
I don't want that
Let's
to
stop.
I
happen.
want the military to
That's
drop
what it's
food at my
gonna
doorstep.
Stop.
That's what
Be
I
real,
want.
yo.
Let's stop the madness,
I want to
Anyway.
stay
I
in the
don't
house.
want it to happen at
guys.
all.
Let's stop the madness.
Stop the economy.
This episode ain't about Corona. We just had to
Let
give
it
y'all
down.
updates.
I'm just
It's not.
That's
I'm
kinda
giving you
true,
the
but-
update. Lori Lightfoot.
All right. You don't gotta-
Lori Lightfoot
You ain't got to yell, sir.
with the Tracy McGrady jumpsuit.
Let's bring it down.
And pissed off.
Let's bring it down because it's a different time.
Don't
It's a
get me
different.
been
started.
dealing with the Chicago homicide rate.
I've been
for
calling
so
her
long,
Larry
and
Lightfoot.
I'm out here.
Because she's
Oh
Tracy
my
McGrady in the
God.
jumpsuit.
Rachel, you see
keeping
this?
it real.
Hey,
I do.
you
No.
I know. I'm sorry.
both of y'all, shut up. That's y'all
Okay.
talking right now.
Up, Daisy.
This is not about us anymore.
No, it's not
not.
about us
It's
anymore.
about
You're right.
Rachel, but you got
Austin, relax.
credit.
Can y'all just relax?
Rbeezy.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
You're right.
You can just
Rbeezy.
hear my blood.
I know. Because you
But
got it
it
bad
doesn't-
because you are in Chicago, but that I
Yeah,
understand.
that's true.
I
Yeah,
understand.
we are in the burbs.
You got it bad.
It is that time, y'all. It's that time. It's that first one of the season. I know it took a long while to get into it, but y'all know we love these. These are so special to our hearts. And because we had to stay so true to homage in season 1, we drop it in on the 3rd episode. You know they come in 3s. They don't really come in 3s anymore, but we paying respects to season 1. And that's dumb to the smart. That's DUMB. I'm not going to say all the rest. Y'all know what it is. It's Rbeezy. We get to meet our new co-host. Man, let's get into this.
Get into
Fellas,
the deep dive here.
let's get into this. Let's get into Who wants to start? Austin, white man? All right, no, you good. Charles? All right, no,
I'll
you
go
good.
ahead.
I'll start.
I'll go ahead.
Start. I'll play.
So she gonna ask? Okay, no, hold on.
I'm joking.
Oh,
He's gonna ask rhetorical questions
Yeah,
now. Go ahead and just start the show off. Go
Fine,
ahead.
I will
No,
start it.
Go ahead.
I will
You
start
can't
it.
just ask rhetorical questions and then
oh,
I
I'll
guess.
start it off.
just a nice.
I know the play. I'll set the screen when I need to. Go ahead.
So, Rachel.
Yeah.
We got this Dumb Smart Rbeezy. Dumb Smart Rbeezy. You're our new co-host. I would start off with how, when you saw that we were doing this venture, and I would say me, Charles, and Austin, what allowed you to be so engaged as we were doing it? Because my next follow-up question is, how did it make you feel that people that you knew, you grew up with in an area, were trying to pursue something that was way bigger than themselves?
Well, it was really easy to be engaged because I've known you all forever. And so it wasn't uncomfortable. Like it wasn't out of reach to contact you guys or like be engaged with you guys and be on a show. Like if I were to, I don't know, reach out to someone on like a crazy big podcast. The only other podcast I listen to is Call Her Daddy.
Yep.
But if I were to
Oh,
like reach
Daddy
out to them,
Jane.
like shut
Daddy Jane.
up. But if I were to reach out to them, like the chances of them engaging with me are like nothing. But if I were to reach out to you, like I know you know who I am, and like I
Mhm.
know that you value especially in the beginning, like I know you valued others' opinions on like what you were doing, you wanted to grow. And so I felt like it was my almost obligation as your friend, we'll say, to let you know like what I was thinking and to give you my feedback and help you grow. Because I mean, you can sit here and you can, record all these episodes, but it won't mean anything if people aren't engaging with you. And so I figured that it would just be like the right thing to do to just reach out and engage with you guys so that you could continue to grow. So
A true fan.
Yeah.
Good Anakin.
Definition of a true fan. And
Good Anakin. Kill him.
I'm just saying.
Are y'all fans of the podcast? Can we be fans as co-hosts?
No, I fucking hate this shit, bro.
Yeah, no, fuck this shit, dog.
stupid.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. But
No.
no, I think it's totally possible. I mean, within it, you all do your own shit.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
appreciate what each other brings to it. Like Austin just started doing his own thing. Like, if you like that, you're
He had to branch out.
These are dirty as hell.
I'm gonna have so much free time. I'm about to really start just doing this anime show, man. Like I'm gonna just binge watch anime and be like, yo, this shit was trash.
do it.
This shit was good.
Wait,
This
Charles,
shit was alright.
we gotta talk about this off the podcast. Let's focus.
I know you're right. But
Let's focus.
Rachel,
Yeah.
he asked you those two questions, and my next question to you would be: the first time you were featured on the podcast, did you know were you just like, damn, this is like something like I would actually like really like to do?
Yeah, the first time I was like super nervous. So first off, you guys took forever to get to Chicago.
Man, you tried driving from the suburbs.
If only the Rona traffic was
That's a
real,
nice
like in that
dinner.
moment.
Yeah, also I went out, had a full ass meal
And some drinks.
and some drinks,
Daisy
and then
got
came
this, I
back,
gotta
and then
eat
like
these
2 hours later,
tacos.
then
Come
we
on.
started. But no, I was super nervous. Like I was really anxious. Like I was throwing back beers because I was like, this is the only way to calm my nerves, which is probably not a good thing to do looking back at it because I feel like I didn't make sense.
Hey, it's all right.
done
You know
drunk.
how it go.
I was about to say
No,
we
I'm
done
just
drunk,
playing.
Oh,
drunk
Charles-
podcast.
Charles is
Why?
I'm not. I'm just sipping on wine. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I just stepped my
I mean,
class
I
up a little
think,
bit. I can't drink beer that much. But Rachel, continue.
Song.
Continue,
It was-
Rachel, please.
Anyways, it was really, I don't know, it was really cool because it, like when I actually sat down with you guys and saw you set up, it made me realize how real it was, like how much effort and work you guys are actually putting into it. So it got really cool, and just hearing after that and then coming back on the second time to see how much it had progressed made it like even more real and made it show that like this isn't just some like low-key side hustle. Like this is something you guys are actually dedicating time and effort and energy into.
It's a side hustle.
Austin, come on,
But
throw me a fucking bone here, dude.
No,
oh,
it's.
come on! I gotta put a little something. I'm just fucking with you.
But it's.
Yeah.
I'm really happy you
I
said that
think-
because
Oh,
when
go
you
on,
were
sorry.
talking, hold on. I mean,
I sorry.
when you were, I felt like when you were on the podcast, because like even like before we even asked you to like be like the new member, like I even asked everybody, I was like, are we just kind of like forcing this
He did
just
ask.
to like have like a female like on here, just be like, you know how, I mean, it's the new
Yeah.
decade and like how everything went
Like
last
there has to be a
decade.
token chick on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You got to be
Yeah.
progressive with something. But no, like I asked everybody, I just wanted to make sure just because you were like one of like the really good guests that we actually had that there was good chemistry with, who was actually like mad comfortable. And that's not just anybody else, but like I felt like you would have fit in the best out of anybody else
Well,
who
thank you.
actually would have came on the show. Like you feel me?
Yeah.
So I just had to ask if you just knew podcasting was like something that you kind of like wanted to do when you first got on the show.
Yeah, I mean, it was never something I ever would have thought of doing myself. Like I wouldn't have ever just like sitting at home and be like, you know what, I'm going to start a podcast. Like that was never something that occurred to me. But after being on it with you guys, just especially the second time, I was like, I could do this. Like I could do this shit. Like there's definitely sometimes when I'm sitting there and I'm like thinking and like talking to even like my mom or like Cody, I'm like, there's got to be like some things that like I definitely like shouldn't talk about, like some things that we should keep like private. Like
Right.
I'm a very open person. I don't really have anything to hide. Like my life is an open book, but the difficult part for me so far was like realizing after I said something, I'm like, ah, shit, like I probably should have checked this if I was okay that I said
And
that.
you don't even remember half of the shit that you say,
No,
like when
not
you're
at all.
recording.
It's okay.
Like someone would be like,
Deji-
"Why did you say that?" You'd be like,
The best
Exactly.
story
Like-
ever is when me and Deji, the uncut, rare first episode we ever did, still on Anchor, never
Yep.
to be revealed. He was
No,
so like,
if we
oh
make it,
man,
if we're
I
making,
don't know the work and the this and the that. He was like, I don't know if I should say this and all this stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Forget it then.
Austin, you called me a racist.
Okay, but in a joking manner. I just said I hate white people on here. What do you mean?
Yeah, I
You
haven't heard that part.
Yeah, you was OC, bro.
You
You
are
are
racist.
awesome.
You hate white people. Now I can say it. Look
Oh,
at
okay,
Gordon.
let's not do this.
"Why are we
No,
doing this on a
let's
dumb
not.
smart right now,
Yeah.
guys? Like, what
No, thank
the
you.
See?
fuck?
No,
Sorry.
Yeah.
thank you.
Anyway, I was just saying a point. Hands up. I was just.
Dios mío.
Topic
Anyways,
relief.
I was just giving an example of people saying things and then forgetting or not wanting it to be said if you second guess it. But I think it overall comes out to good content because people can relate / think it's funny. That's
Yeah.
what I was getting at.
That's
Me saying something about Deji, hands up, I thought it was funny. Now, I don't know if everyone's going to think it's funny, but I'd say outlandish shit, but I don't know. I think it's funny, but
Yeah.
just like Deji's dark humor. No one thinks that shit's funny, but I guess he does.
It's
That's
called
what I-
Shade of the Day. Stop playing with me.
Stop
but-
playing.
shade
My
of the
name's
day.
Deji. Stop
Rachel,
playing.
I have
Man, the darkest shade. Talk about shade of the day.
what? Yes, I'm dark skinned.
I
There's
have
nothing wrong with that
never-
at all. But like, you can't just flip that bullshit like that, dog. It's just
Yeah.
get that
Am dark?
I give my
Just 'cause-
question, or are we still
Explain
at-
to your benefits.
Oh, I.
Yeah, y'all the one joking around. Go ahead, ask the question.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
trying to leave
Kinda
the
like you
tension.
threw
But
out
go
that
ahead,
other
Deji.
comment.
Ask your next question.
Okay. Can I ask my question?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no way. Austin
Go
is
ahead.
next.
Raise
Go
your
ahead.
hand. Actually, Austin, raise your hand.
I did do that earlier, but
He
you
did.
guys.
I saw it. Austin, go ahead.
Oh, over here.
Austin, go ahead.
Thank you.
We should do that. We should do that for the rest of the podcast.
Thank you, Miss Berggren. Sorry. Oops, sorry. Jordan, keep it down. I got a question. All right.
That's
Um,
Miss Stonebreaker to you. What are you talking about, man?
I mean, not yet.
Not for a long time, but continue. Anyway,
Oh, dude.
I have. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, my question is.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time meeting all of us individually? Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Do you think that? God, this always happens. Trying to word it. Hold on.
Do you want me to answer the first question while you think of the second question?
Who had
Yeah,
the biggest
What I'm
ego?
getting at is like from when you first met us, like remembering that moment until now. Do you think that the relationship, like, what am I trying to get at? Kind of like, do you think
Elevated.
it was like easy since we haven't all talked, right? Like when we first met, like through high school or whatever, right? And then then all of a sudden coming back to now, do you think it was still easy to just reconnect? And then my first question was about like meeting us first. Like I was just gonna say, what was your first moments of, and what did you actually think of the person? That's what I was.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you I hated you, even if I did.
Well, I mean, you can. Nobody likes me at first. But I got mom.
Hey, Rachel liked me. Rachel liked me. I was
Oh,
Lying.
I fucking bet. Every
Daisy's a liar.
Hey.
Biggest capper on the show.
Hey, ain't nobody cap. Anyways.
Cap.
Anyway.
Anyways.
So I met Deji and Charles pretty much at the same time. I had just moved back to Streamwood from Schaumburg, and it was the first day of 5th grade. It's Mr. Guyan's class, Ridge Circle Elementary School.
OG.
That was the first
OG
time I
with
met
it.
either of them. And I don't really remember like the specific moment. Like, I mean, you're in 5th grade, you're not gonna like walk up and shake their hand. Like that didn't exist. But in general, I just remember being really nervous. I was a new kid at a school, and everyone in 5th grade, everyone already has their friends. And so that was really hard. But I mean, for the most part, I don't think we had anyone in our class or even in our school, for that matter, that was rude or mean or anything. Like, everyone became friends pretty fast. So I don't have like one specific memory of meeting either of them. And Austin, we kind of like met, but not really. I think like 6th grade, I started doing Falcons, and I mean, you were always in it, so I kind of always knew who you were, but we never went to the same school or even like hung out until high school. But at that point, we had just started like overlapping friend groups and like hanging out and spending more time together. Um, but I don't know, like everyone was nice, I guess. Like there's no like one memory that sticks out.
What about the
So-
OG
so-
RIP Corey Atwater?
So like, hold on, wait a second.
Corey.
So like in 5th grade, right? Like we're all kids, and you kind of just get to know everybody based off of just like their personality, just in that classroom with being with them so long.
So you want me to like go into it?
I mean, you don't. If you want to deep dive into it, you can. But we were all there when
we all
I
know
don't
that
wanna
Deja
snitch
was
on-
just loud. Like,
loud as
that's
hell.
not-
Mr. Guyan was treating your ass every day, boy.
Every day.
Charles just was setting you up, Daisy. Look
He
at what
was.
he did.
He knew what he
He
did.
wanted to treat you.
There's one specific memory that I have of Daisy pissing off Mr. Guyan, though. We were
He's
going
a
to
Cubs
Springfield. We were going to Springfield. We were like all in front of the school at like 5 a.m, getting on this bus. Daisy's ass is like running around. Mr. Guyan's getting pissed off. And all of a sudden, like, I don't even know how it happened. Daisy runs up to Mr. Guyan and like
God.
squeezes his juice box on his sweater. And Mr. Guyan was pissed. Like, he was so mad at Daisy that whole trip that like
It was
couldn't do anything.
Was it
couldn't
a
talk
sweater?
about
Was
anything.
you're lucky it was a windbreaker? I think it was
It was
a
a
windbreaker.
windbreaker.
yo.
Yeah, it was a
You're
windbreaker.
lucky it was a windbreaker.
It was green and
dog.
white. It was green and white. I was reckless.
You're lucky it was a windbreaker.
I was
yo.
reckless.
Yeah,
I
he was pissed.
Hey, you could have been like.
He shouldn't have took my juice box. Let's be real. That
Could
was
have been
his own
like,
fault.
oh no, hold
It was a
on.
Capri Sun, G.
It was a Capri Sun, but
It
you
was a
wouldn't
Capri
stop
Sun.
running around.
But you
I'll
could have
give
been
him-
like the double. You could have been like the double A and just erase somebody's name on their homework and put their
Yeah.
own name on their dog. We all know who we're talking about it right now.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Don't say anyways,
Yeah.
Deji, because y'all know that was a classic 5th grade moment. I'm sorry.
Still doing whatever he wants. Man,
But yeah.
reckless.
So that was like the big memory that I remember from elementary school, standing out about Deji. Charles, I don't really remember a ton about you. Like, we weren't like.
I was always a
Friends.
quiet kid in class.
I
You know
just
what I'm saying?
always
I just
remember
chill.
that people called you Carlos, and I didn't understand why,
Yeah,
because it wasn't
My guy
your
Carlos
name.
used to
okay.
ball at
Yeah,
Carlos.
Like, I was
okay.
so
Yeah, we did.
confused.
So,
Like, first day of school attendance, everyone's like, "Oh, this is Charles," and all of a sudden, like at like recess, everyone is calling you Carlos, and I was so confused.
Because everybody who knows me, who's like met my parents, whatever, like I have the same name as my dad. Like obviously, it even says Junior in that corner right there. So my mom's Puerto Rican, so Spanish, Hispanic. So instead of saying Charles and us both being like, "Yo, what's going on?" Like when she calls her names in the house, she just calls me Carlos or like Carlitos, Little Charles, which is Carlitos translates into Little Charles in Spanish. So
Carlito.
everyone
I like
who's
that.
coming to my house when I was younger, they all know me by Carlos.
Yeah, we did. We used to ball at Carlos.
Yeah, we did. We used to be out here balling, going
Big
crazy,
Me,
getting reckless in the
you,
neighborhood.
Corey,
Shout out to all the
T-Shot.
OGs. But
But yeah,
I
I mean, that's how I remember meeting all of you guys.
I want to
for the first
hear.
time.
I want to hear about Corey just a little bit. Give me a little.
What do you want to hear
I
about
just
Corey?
wanted to say.
did you even really know Corey?
I mean, we were in school together. Like, I remember like girls liking him, and he was
All right, I was
really
just
nice.
trying
But
to
I
give
don't,
a little. I like to talk about my mans. That's all.
yeah,
R.I.P.
but I don't ever like.
Yeah.
I can't recall it like a
Obviously, it's
conversation. Or
R.I.P.
anything,
All right, I
but
just
everyone
wanted to
liked
throw
him.
in my guy here. I'm
He was a
sorry.
great kid.
Well, Rachel, I have a question.
Yeah.
It seems like you're at this age, right? What are you? You're 24, 25?
In 2 weeks, I'll be 25.
Okay, so you're 25.
5.
You're about to get married. You got 2 dogs.
I do.
You live in a townhome that you own or that you're
We're working on owning.
working on
Trying
owning.
to figure it out. Yeah.
Nice.
So it seems that from a very young age that you're like
Mhm.
you were like really mature. So I'm
Yep.
just interested into what's led to you being so mature.
Okay.
Because it just seems like like those people that are always like years ahead of everybody. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying that like you are years ahead of a lot of, I could tell by the way you think and the way you actually articulate yourself in the past episodes and in general when we're having conversations, that you're at an age of like, well, I shouldn't say, you're at a stage where you've accepted a lot of things for what they are, and you're learning to not use that as detractors or negatives, but you're actually using that to like catapult and figure out the silver lining in life.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I was not expecting that. That was a really loaded question. We had kind of going back to what I was saying. There's like a lot of stuff that I shouldn't divulge because it's like it happened to me and my family, but it's not my story to tell. But we went through a lot of stuff before we moved back to Streamwood when I met you and Charles that kind of shook our whole family to the core and made me have to grow up a lot faster and realize that, you know, people that are your family members, you know, they're always going to be family, but they're not always going to have your backs. And that was something that we really struggled with, that I struggled with, because, you know, like some crazy shit went down when I was like 9. And that was really hard to deal with. And so we kind of had to realize that you can't, I mean, it sounds really depressing, but like at 10, I had to realize you can't really count on the people that you think you're supposed to. So that made me have to grow up a lot faster. And wow, sorry, that was just like super intense.
No, that's deep though, but it's good.
So it made me realize that you can't really count on a lot of people, and you can't put your faith on a lot of people, and you really can only count on yourself at the end of the day. And so that just kind of made me look at all of my friendships and relationships from a different point of view that maybe seems a little bit older. And that like in relationships that I had, like romantic relationships, like I was always kind of looking for the end game because there was no point in my mind in wasting my time. I mean, this is gonna sound like freaky, and someone told me that, I want to say like Shamit Patel, shout out, told me this
Patel.
when I was dating Cody, that when you're dating someone, you're either going to marry them or break up.
Oh yeah, that's facts. That's all. That's
and that's, I mean, I hadn't ever heard that before, but that's kind of what I always did in my relationships. Like I wasn't gonna waste time. I wasn't gonna date someone just for fun. Like that doesn't benefit anyone.
Man, preach, Rachel. Go ahead.
And so all of my friendships and relationships have kind of been built off of that. I don't have as many friends as I used to, just because in everything that I dealt with, you know, with my family and even going into college and really struggling with my like depression and anxiety issues, it really made me kind of take a step back and examine all of my relationships and friendships and say, you know, like this isn't benefiting my life. This person is being a toxic friend, and having you in my life is just hurting me in a detrimental way. So I'm not going to waste my time being your friend anymore. If I'm putting way more energy into a friendship than you are, and you're not even trying anymore, I'm going to stop getting upset, and I'm going to stop literally crying over people that I thought were my friends who stopped making an effort to be my friend. And I've just kind of always had that mindset from a really young age that kind of made me have to grow up a lot faster, but it also made me trust myself way more. Like if I have a gut instinct about a person, I trust it because it's usually right. There were times that I didn't trust it and it blew up in my face, and I knew, you know, what to do just like moving forward. And I knew like with Cody, we had been friends since 7th grade. Like I've known the kid forever, and he's always been a great friend. And then when we reconnected, it was just kind of instant. Everything moved really fast. We were together for less than a year before he transferred out to Iowa to be at school with me, and lived together immediately after I graduated. Like there's, I don't know, when you know, you know, and I just stopped questioning it. So that's probably why I seem a little bit, I don't know, more mature or older, because I just stopped buying everyone's bullshit from a really young age.
You touched on something that was really important at the end. You talk about you have to stop trying to control things, and you have to start trusting and believing in that faith. So what I would ask to expand upon that is, when you actually relinquish this idea of control in your environment, how did that actually help basically it catapults you if you look at it, right? In a sense of like, okay, my family life is not what I expect it to be. So I have to figure out how to fend in this world for myself, which a lot of people struggle with, like tons of people. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go on that journey. So now you go to school, you start having anxiety problems, you start going through this, that, and the other. And you're like, okay, fuck, what do I do? Well, you do the work and then you just trust the process.
Yeah.
Now you're at this stage in your life where you've met this man. This man has moved heaven and earth to be with you. And it's like every step of the way, you have to just let go. So I just want to know how like that process of letting go has affected you now.
I mean, I'm a control freak, so it's problematic. Like, I mean, honestly, like I try and control everything, and just Cody just calls me out on my shit. Like, I'll get upset about, oh my God, I got so mad about something the other day. I was like so mad about like it was something so stupid. I can't remember for the life of me. But it was like, oh, he would like ask, this isn't exactly what it was, but like he would ask me to like try like new things, like try like skateboarding or snowboarding or like even trying new foods. And I'm like, I would just say no. Like he would ask me to try the simplest things and I would just say no. Like fucking like bridging cards. Like, you know, when you shuffle cards and people like bridge them back together and it's like really fucking cool. He was like, oh, here, let me teach you. And I was just like, no, I'm good. I don't need to learn. Like, that's really cool, but no, I'm good. He was like, why? I was like, well, I don't like struggling in front of people. I don't like it when people see me struggle. So no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to not be good at something in front of someone that I care about, which is kind of it seems weird, but it's definitely not. Like, I know it's something that other people struggle with, but it's just not like acknowledging that the people that I don't know, it's like trusting myself and trusting that the people that I do have in my life are always going to be there for me. Like knowing that like he's not going to like move out or ask for his ring back because I can't bridge a deck of fucking cards. Like,
or you can't do a ollie. He's trying to do ollies like that.
Oh no, I've like eaten shit so many times.
Just
Like,
walk off.
I thought I broke every
that's-
bone in my body because I like went over like a massive crack and I just like died and just laid there. I was like, no, just leave me here. I deserve it.
That's why we don't
It's
skate.
terrible. But it's just, I mean, in letting go, you just have to trust yourself more than anything. And you just have to trust that you've made the right decisions and you have the right people in your life that are going to be there for you and not let you fall. Sorry, as I'm saying it, it sounds like a Hallmark card.
Now when you talk about
maybe your calling is Hallmark card.
now when you talked about you maturing and like cutting people out of your life who you thought were like toxic, what was the determining factors for you to like kind of just finally, because you know how everybody just makes excuses for like certain people, but like what, I guess I'm trying to ask like what was really like the main thing that made you realize
like the final straw.
really like
well, it's changes by the person. I had some friends in college who I thought were really good friends and I thought they would be there for me. And then the summer going into senior year when I moved into my own apartment, I started like realizing that what I was feeling wasn't, not that anxiety and depression isn't normal, but what I was feeling wasn't right. And I wanted to pursue methods of bettering myself, like going to therapy and seeing a psychiatrist and maybe getting on some form of medication. And I realized that I was doing all of this without telling these friends about it because I was scared that they were going to judge me. And I didn't want them to know because I didn't want them to think any less of me. And I got to a point that I was like, that's fucking stupid. Like, if I'm going to do this and if I'm going to fight this battle, I can't do it by myself. Everyone knows that that doesn't work. And so I finally like told my friends about it and they got mad. They got mad that I didn't tell them about it. They thought that it was selfish of me and that I should have shared it with them. And they didn't understand and they didn't try to understand. And
so
them getting mad, I was kind of like, you know what? This isn't the reaction that you should be having. Like, I know, like, because there were friends that I told that they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I hope you know that I'm always there for you. If there's anything I can do, let me know. If you're ever feeling sad, call me. Just come down to my room. It's down the hallway. There were friends that reacted the way that I needed them to react. And then there were friends that just got mad and just didn't give a shit. And they're like, okay, so everyone deals with that. Like, that's not that big of a deal. I was like,
Yikes.
fuck you. I'm not
That's
going to do this. I'm not going to fight this battle with you if this is something I have to face already. I'm not going to take on the added stress of having to deal with this with you.
That's a very good point. Just because it's just like, you wouldn't be mad if they were mad and they were just like, I'm just more upset like you just didn't tell me and
Exactly.
didn't
Like,
ask
that
for my
doesn't benefit
opinion.
anyone.
But they're just mad that, okay, yeah, no, that's toxic as hell.
And then there
Cut
were,
that out,
and then,
man.
yeah, no, for sure. But then there were like other friends that I've had for a really long time that I realized, and it was, you know, people like Cody and my mom and like other friends that made me realize that I was making excuses for a lot of my friends. That I would reach out, or I would text, or I would Snapchat, or I would ask them to hang out, and they just like wouldn't say anything, or they would bail at the last minute. I'm like, oh, but like, I know this person, like they're dealing with this. Like, I'm sure that they have this going on. Like, they're dealing with XYZ. And I was sitting there and I was like talking to Cody, and he's like, they're not trying. Like, you're making excuses for this person. This is like the 5th time you've had to reschedule. Like, clearly, like, not trying to be a dick, but like, clearly something's not working. If they really wanted to be your friend, if they really wanted to put that effort in, they would put that effort in, and they're not. And I was like, shit.
True. I
That's
see what you're saying.
So like that one was really like a really hard pill to swallow, and it kind of depends on the friend, because some of the people that I've had to not even like stop trying with are friends that I've had for a really long time, and are friendships that I've really struggled with trying to let go, and I still can't. But it's just knowing that like I'm trying and I'm doing all that I can do, and if they're not doing all that they can do, that's it. There's nothing.
Is
For
it kind of just
I
like a
can't
part
make
of
up
just
for their
growing
lack
up,
of
though?
effort.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's just like kind of a part of growing up, though. But even if you see that person and it's somebody who you're really good friends with and you just don't talk that much, or you just like kind of like happy to see them, or
Yeah, I mean, there's some friends that like,
because we all have those friends. That's kind of like what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, like there's friends like Nina Strong. Love me some Nina.
Yes.
No Nina
you know
for
who's
a
doing their thing
super
out
long
here.
time, and she's one of those people that like I'm not great at staying in contact with people. When I was away at school,
I'm about to get the. What the hell happened?
missed a beat. Everything was normal. Everything was fine, because she is understanding and I'm understanding of the fact that we all have our own shit going on. You can't be mad at someone for not keeping in contact with you. Like it just kind of comes down to trusting yourself and knowing that
The difference I wanted to show between like the two different friends you were talking about, and that's what like the little point I want to get, because I don't know, if somebody's toxic, you just never would ever want to talk to them again. But if it's a friend that you really just know who's out there busting their ass, who you've been friends with forever, and you just like meet up at a different spot or a different place in life, and you're just happy to see them, you're just gonna just always just, I don't know, have that connection, kind of. And that's awesome that you've been able to filter that through your life at this point, as well as just growing up as fast as you have too.
I think it's hard, to be honest with you, to break up with friends more than like a relationship, because friends, you never assume that they're gonna leave, and you never feel like because of that connection. And friendship is so platonic. It's just like, oh, are you there for me? I'm there for you. But then when you start realizing as you get older, people choose the people they want to be close to. People choose their day ones. People choose the people that they see brings them value. And that's the hardest part when you break up with a friend, is that you realize that that person no longer values.
Break up with a friend is funny.
Bro, it's real.
Because it's true. Because it's so real.
Yeah, it's true.
But like,
that's a tough pain. Let's switch it over to Austin J, because I feel like
breaking up with friends is tough. It's a tough life, man. I'm just open to talking about all this sad stuff. Me and Rachel are on the same page.
Yeah.
Have you both had to like break up with a friend?
Yes.
Well, I know you just explained, but Austin J.
I don't know. I break up with a lot of people, Daisy. Sometimes I break up with you every day, but we come back.
Yeah, we're a very
that's
odd
a real
couple.
Friendship, though.
We're a very odd couple. I do that low key with all my friends. I'll go through like, I call them tiffs. I'll be like, man, yo, bro,
Yeah.
this dude is capping, man.
No.
Did y'all threw a box of cereal in your house and walked out your house, dog?
It's different.
whole
When
I beat you up. Stop saying that, Charles. I beat you up, bro.
I'm not
Set the
saying you
record
didn't beat me
straight.
up. I was throwing hands. Though. I didn't go out like no bitch though, but I'm saying like I threw a whole full ass box of cereal in your house.
And what happened?
You got
dealt with.
I got dealt with first. No, it was first. We was boxing. I got dealt with. I was mad as hell. Threw the box of cereal and walked out, and then we was cool after that. Then it is what it is.
See this, Rachel?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right, Austin.
Happens sometimes.
That's the type of friendship though. But I guess
Anyway,
we're just going like
I've been
black
drink-
people shit, but
I
it's alright.
got this distilled brewery beer. Very good. It has pineapple,
Are they
coconut,
paying us?
mango,
Are they
peach,
paying us?
guava. No, but I'm just saying for you guys, it's very good.
I don't even like
to know.
beer, homie.
It's not beer though. Did you not hear all the fruit that's in it?
It can be a beer with fruit.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank
Well,
you.
Beer has fruit in it.
Daisy likes, but Daisy you like Angry Orchard and that, so that's like more of that.
Yeah, I guess. Okay.
What's that?
All right.
You
Okay.
know what I'm
Would you
saying?
call that an ale?
It's a cider or
That's a cider.
Cider?
Yeah, like
Or like a sour. Like
Yeah.
a
I'm not a
fruit sour.
beer connoisseur. I'll just drink whatever's there.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
glasses
Actually-
of white wine.
white wine you got over there. What do you got? Like a nice,
this is
Like a nice
Y'all feeling
Chardonnay.
fancy up in
you
this
got a
joint.
nice
Pinot Grigio, maybe.
In the glass, yo. He fancy, bro. He
Is that
fancy.
Moscato?
you know, you gotta sip on a little bit of wine when the apocalypse
What
is
kind of
happening.
wine is it?
He don't even know.
It's definitely a
Not
cheap ass
Grigio?
jug of wine, bro.
That's jug. Not a
It's-
bottle, a
it's-
jug of wine.
Oh, you got a jug of wine.
It's
Not
like a
wine? You don't
it's
like
the Italian generic one everyone gets that's like $20, like the Carlo, whatever it's called.
Rachel, you got 2 dogs, right?
I do have 2 dogs, yeah.
What are their names?
Siri and Echo.
Wow.
Why did you name them Siri and Echo?
Okay.
Or
well,
who
Siri,
named them?
So we adopted both of them from the Animal Rescue League of Iowa.
And what type of breed are they? Just so
Siri is a lab pit.
Okay.
She was already named Siri when we got her, so
Ah.
she knew her name. They said she was 10 months old. She wasn't, but she already knew her name and was responding to it, so we weren't going to change it. That just confuses. And then she was 10 months when they said she was 10 months when we got her. She's 3 now.
Oh.
Maybe, yeah. She turned 3 in October. Dog birthdays. And then Echo, we got him when he was a puppy. We knew we wanted another dog for Siri to play with. And when we went to the shelter to get him, his name was actually Sirius, like Sirius Black. from Harry Potter.
That's meant to be.
And so we couldn't have a Siri and a Sirius, because
Cody, my man.
Cody, I
Cody.
still think you're on a Guitar Hero.
Hey, Cody.
my
I'm
dog.
just playing.
What's good?
I'm
Cody.
just playing.
They say hi.
Don't tell him that Guitar Hero comment, because he'll.
I won't. He brought me a white
No,
claw.
Me and Cody. Cody
No,
wanted-
but you were saying no. Wait, listen. No, but you were saying
Fun
you
fact.
didn't want to name.
Oh yeah, so
Sirius,
Echo's name was
Sirius.
originally Sirius. Yeah, we couldn't have a Siri and a Sirius. That would have just gotten confusing. Because how are you going to shorten Sirius? Fucking Siri. We're not going to do that. And so Cody and I had joked about getting other dogs and naming them like other AIs, like Alexa or Cortana.
Right.
But he was a
Oh,
boy. And you can't
Cortana
name.
would have been a confusing name, but it would have been kind of lit.
It would have been cool, but like that's a girl name for sure.
Cortana.
And so we were trying to think, like,
So true.
male AIs, and we couldn't think of anything at the time besides like the Amazon Echo. And we're like, you know what? He looks pretty cool. So we went with Echo, and he is a blue heeler collie mix,
Got you.
maybe. And he turned 2 on Valentine's Day.
Noise.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Those are my babies.
I want to get a dog. I can't.
Are
You
that
cannot
lonely?
have a dog in no
Are
apartment.
you that lonely, Austin? That you need a dog?
No, they don't listen to Daisy
Yeah.
Austin because he is
Maybe I deal with loneliness.
He's-
regular.
no, stop it. I know he was born in America, but he is Nigerian, dog. They don't look at dogs the same way. My man saw a Chihuahua at my house and freaked out like it was gonna bite him.
That's a
dog.
lie.
Well, that's not a real dog.
Fuck
So.
out of
That's
here.
a
No,
lie.
but I'm saying if you were scared of a Chihuahua, then you
Well, hey,
don't know what actual
First of all,
dog is. Bro.
I have a legitimate reason why I'm afraid of dogs. I was attacked by a dog when I was young.
What dog?
It was a black lab.
You be talking
yeah,
about
then
a black.
don't come to my house.
A black lab never attacked you. It just jumped on you and was licking your face, and you was like, it attacked me.
I have people who can vest. I got attacked by a black lab. I know what I got attacked.
Saying that you didn't.
So it was black on black crime. That's what you're telling me.
Big dogs, and you.
Oh yeah, I'm cool now, cause now I understand that like
nobody got.
it's just an animal. It's just an animal.
You're right.
It's all about the trainer, really.
Nothing animal.
I got cut out at that point, but Days, you telling me it was black on black crime?
Oh god.
Sure.
No, we're not doing that. No.
I have never.
Man. Okay, Rachel.
Yeah.
What do the people need to know about you in general? I feel like
No, hold on. Summarize it up like you really want to summarize it up, Days.
Got you.
Give
got
them,
you.
Yeah,
give them a breakdown.
Yeah.
Let me throw
Oh,
that hoop
the
up real
breakdown.
quick, babe.
I need
Come
some
on,
direction.
son.
Royalty, you heard it. Okay, so
No.
Rachel's known us from the day one. You know what I'm saying? OG Ridge Circle Gang. Shout out to the white man. Then we got the levels of her maturity in every single battle that she explained to us. Not to mention, she discussed how to break up. Well, she didn't discuss how, but she discussed the effects of breaking up with a friend. Y'all, this has been a deep episode. I feel very emotionally intelligent. I don't know why. But listening to Rachel in my ears, because I know that's what y'all listening in right now, and I know y'all seeing me.
How else would you listen?
You know what this sounds like right now? What
I
is
don't know.
A poem rap? What is that called?
Slam read. Thank you. I'm glad it's poetry.
Crazy.
Spoken word.
Rachel.
I'm glad that you've been starting to catch on my the way I articulate myself.
Go
Yes.
ahead, just preach to it, brother.
But anyways, back to Rachel.
Mm.
We hearing about growth, acceptance. What's the word for letting go? And the most of all, I just want to know, Rachel.
Yeah.
Because those are the three main things we talked about. But getting to know you, we didn't get to see a hubby or a future hubby. So value of a good man in your life. I'm just saying, women, ladies, hey.
That sounds like a dangerous path. I don't know if you want to.
All right, we're not going down that route, but a value of a good man who's supportive.
Value of a good partner in your life, Deja.
You're right. Politically correct. We got to talk.
Independent woman.
Had to be politically correct. I mean,
you're right. She could like a woman if she white. She could like a them if they want to. Because we're a progressive podcast. I keep forgetting this.
You know what?
Very roundabout way, Rachel. I just wanted to say that I feel like I'm learning more about you each and every episode. And I love it because, I love to learn. People, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm constantly learning new things.
I know.
I consider Rachel a very evolved human because there's a level of consciousness that she has that I feel like on this podcast that we need sometimes. So I'm very happy that you accepted our invitation. Secondly, I would just like to say you don't ever have to be anybody but yourself, because when you meet certain people, right, you just know that you're always going to have an insightful conversation. This is long-winded. Yes, I get it.
Hey, Rachel, let's go.
So y'all great.
Rachel, what do you?
Sir, I heard my dad yelling in the background. That's
what's good? What's good?
There it is.
Yep.
Rachel, we need to hear some good things after all that deep stuff. What do you like to do?
We weren't ending it?
Music things.
Man.
This is us ending it because Rachel's gonna end it. This is her dump smart.
No, she's gonna end it. This is her dump smart, but I wanted you to put it like pretty much everything you said, but said just add at the end who is.
Oh, you're right.
Rachel.
Rbeezy. You're right. Oh, Charles, I'm sorry. You got it.
Who is Rbeezy, a.k.a. Rachel Bergman?
Starting another podcast. You just started asking her questions again.
That's what I was
I'm
trying
sorry.
to alley you.
You're right.
I feel like Draymond Green right now, throwing it to like somebody.
So I didn't dunk it, Charles. I laid it up. Here we go. I laid it up off the alley. Rachel, on this dumb smart segment, because I got all the energy in the world. we need to know, Rachel, who is Rbeezy?
I don't know.
Hard to describe yourself.
That's a hard
man.
question. Yeah, I don't like if you ask me questions about myself, I can talk about myself.
I want 4 words to describe yourself, and we are out after that.
Wow.
Give me the people. The people want to know. 4
Feels
words.
like a job interview. Like,
At least you could be real in this one, because in the
You
job
know what I
interview,
mean?
you know you'd be lying.
like, yeah, you can't say like you're lazy.
Hey, say hi to the people.
Oh,
Good, Pete.
hi, Jordan. Brett.
No,
That's
that's
right.
Brett.
You said it.
Jordan's in the corner. Racist.
Yeah, man, you
Rub his
sound the
shoulders.
same.
Austin, you're talking about me, and now you're just being distracting. You see what you just did?
Jordan said that's racist.
No, Rachel, get your shit off.
I fucking
Ignore
give up.
these fools.
Yes.
No.
Give
Can we
up.
mute Austin? Mute.
No,
No, you know what?
leaving. He wanted to say hello.
I'm joking. I'm joking. All right.
Are you? When
Back-
are you? I'm
back-
breaking up with you tonight.
That's fine.
Oh.
Back to the question at hand. Who
Yeah.
is Rbeezy?
Who is G?
Oh no. That's fucking hard. I don't know. I'm still working on it.
That's a
If
good
you don't have the answer now, you feel
Yeah,
free to
I
answer
mean,
it
like-
at any other podcast.
Healthy and still growing.
Because the first moment this guy asked me,
On
who
Oxymoron?
is- yes,
I
who
mean,
is
like, I
Charles
could give you,
Bass?
like,
I was like, what the
On paper, who I am,
fuck do I know who I
but
am?
that's different
man?
than who I actually am.
Rachel Berger.
I don't think any of us know who we are,
Five.
but we start to take steps in learning who
Yeah.
we are becoming. So that's where we're making an assumption of who we are. Whenever I have somebody ask you, you're only basing it off the facts you know at hand, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
all
we're
you gotta
not trying to make a
Um,
false persona or anything. It's just
Rachel, you don't have to answer it. Charles didn't know.
No, that's just like a
I
hard
had
question
no.
to
I
answer.
just said I was an oxymoron. That's all I said. That was the
Well, that
one
was the name of your
word.
episode.
That's exactly why, because I had no idea. Like,
But he is an oxymoron. Sometimes he'll say the most
Yeah.
wildest, dumbest stuff in the world, but then he'll say
yeah,
something
no.
stupid, insightful, and you'd be like,
That's
where did that come from?
true. Okay. Well, we'll start off with like kind of an assumption that Deji made that I have my life together and that I am mature, because in some ways I am. Like, if you just look at me, if you didn't actually know me on like an intimate personal level, I look like I have everything together. But I'm still working on it. Like,
I like
I
that.
have my own shit going on. I just don't always publicize it.
I think
Like,
that's-
I'm dealing with all of my own battles, clearly, as you could tell in this episode and my 2 episodes before.
Mm-hmm.
That everyone has their own shit going on. You can't make assumptions about it. So I'm just still trying to balance myself out and make sure that, I don't know, I'm good. Everyone around me is good, and that I'm only doing the things and making the decisions that benefit my life in some way. So that.
Be selfish, Rachel.
is
Go
who I am.
ahead. Go ahead.
That's what the name of this is gonna be.
hey, your boss is selfish. We might as well do that same exact
Be
shit.
selfish. Be
And a
selfish.
famous person,
No, it
I don't
gotta
know
be-
what his name was, said, if you're not working on yourself, then what are you doing?
So the name of this episode is going to Be Selfish by Rbeezy. Who? Like it.
Be
like a-
responsibly selfish?
A comedy
Mhm.
special.
Maybe because we wanted to say be selfish, right?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm still working on it. It's a good comedy special name.
That's
Absolutely.
honestly true.
All right. With that,
Rachel
royalty,
Berger. I'm still working on it. Netflix on now. See, that sounds great.
they can watch it. We might have to call this on but anyways, royalty. Let's get on into it. That has been our new co-host. I hope y'all enjoy her, because she's gonna be lovely and she's gonna be teaching us all a thing or two. She probably is the smartest
We're
one.
about to be schooling
probably
the
is
shit
the-
out of us on a bunch of
Yep,
Shit,
probably
to
the
be
smartest one,
honest.
and we're completely fine with that.
We've been doing this over a year. Google Drive. Out of
Yep,
nowhere.
exactly.
Yeah.
Boy, overnight we became so efficient, bro. She's like, all right, why don't you guys just do this?
Like idiots.
I was like, why am I trying to sync everything to my iCloud?
Small business not using organization.
Man.
I got
Anyway,
it.
I'm telling
royalty.
you,
I got a few announcements to make. Besides obviously the merch. We've talked about it. As you know, that's not an essential business, so y'all gonna have to wait on it. 2, please interact on the socials and everywhere.
Wait, holy shit, they're closed? The merch is closed?
Merch is closed. That's why we haven't produced or anything.
Damn.
Do you read the group chat? Do you read the group chat?
No,
not now.
but
Not
you never,
now.
Okay, you're
you
right.
never,
Right.
Oh, Rachel.
You're right.
I read the group chat, but
Yeah,
like, I'm
she
just
just said it.
saying.
She just said it.
Nah.
Merch pending. Interact on the socials. There's this new feature on Anchor. I don't know if you guys know about it. It's called voice messages. Whatever y'all have to say on any episode, go back, play it, and we're gonna play it in the episode. I would love to hear what y'all have to do, Royalty. So that you gotta go to Suburban Kings. It's like Suburban Kings /anchor.fm. Leave that voice note.
Another side note. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You know, like Google has a way to like people can that we can listen to.
Yes, everybody. That's basically what Anchor does. It's a voice note.
I was just saying, like.
Oh,
yeah.
You can also send stuff to our Suburban Kings email. That's suburbankingsroyalty@gmail.com.
Or just tweet at us.
Slide in the DM.
Leave a comment.
What
on
I'm trying
IG.
to say. What I'm trying to say is
Charles
that
Matz Jr. in big letters.
I'm
trying to
sorry.
say-
My battery's at 20%.
What I'm trying
broke.
to say, y'all, is please interact on all socials. The conversation never stops. We love to hear from y'all. We're gonna keep on moving. We got more content. We're all starting our own individual series on IGTV, so be on the lookout for that. What else do we got, guys? Shout out to Cold Story. We love that free bread.
It's true.
Cold Story.
Don't forget about the day one anchor. I just want to let that know. That's all I got. I just got a status
Before we leave, I just want to say I know this coronavirus shit is mad depressing. You may be locked in the house, whatever, but I'm just going to say take this opportunity to at least just talk to somebody who you really care about, but you never realize that you don't really talk to them much, even though you're on your phone all the fucking time. Like, it'd even be like your grandparents. You could just call them up and just make their day or something by just talking to them on the phone for 5 minutes and checking up on them and making sure they're okay. Or, I don't know, just having a conversation with your parents that you never would thought that you ever would have had. Like, and it all turns out good. I don't know. Just make the best light out of this. Because it's really easy to just get depressed and not do anything and just sit here and not do a goddamn thing.
Listen, it ain't easy. Call them. You never know.
Okay.
I mean, that just got really dark and depressing, but...
What are people fighting about when, anything can happen now?
Oh.
Daisy, lift your head up, dog.
That's why I had to call my dad.
That's
He's very vulnerable to this.
Yes, he is.
I had a very good conversation with my dad about weed the other day.
All right, we don't have to keep
this
talking.
is what it is. I'm just saying that just made my
Heart disease,
I
diabetes.
could tell.
High blood pressure.
It felt like you had a breakthrough with your peoples. So
Yeah, we did.
I know.
Shout out Tony.
I'm glad y'all relationships are going so lovely, man. Royalty, I hope and wish you all the best. During this time, y'all got to keep it lovely because the only way we're going to make it through it is together. Peace out. See y'all later. I'm off this line.